From the day that I got him Fuzzy, I wanted her to be free. And I kept her in a free-roaming environment for about 9 months until it came time to start looking for an organization or a sanctuary for her to go to. And when I went around Zim, I just realized that there wasn't a facility that was practicing primate rehabilitation and release, which was quite sad because her freedom had been taken, and I wanted to be able to give that back to her. So I made a promise to her that I would get her back into the wild, and that's how Free to Be Wild started. So Free to Be Wild is the first and only primate sanctuary in Zimbabwe specializing in primate rescue and rehabilitation, focusing on these animals that are just persecuted and killed, and it's legal to shoot them because they're classed as problem animals. So we started out as a primate sanctuary primarily. 4 years later, we've just grown into accepting all species, all rescues. We currently up to date have about 50 animals in the sanctuary. Majority of them are in a release program. One of our biggest achievements recently was the first monkey that we've released, Tiki, a successful release because he's taken over a wild troop, so we're monitoring him, which is amazing. We started off with primate, so having accomplished that has been one of our greatest goals. We have a few permanent residents at Free to Be Wild Sanctuary. These are cases where animals come in and for some reason or other they can't be released, and instead of living the rest of their lives in a cage, those guys are free roaming in the sanctuary but in a natural environment, not being caged where possible and where necessary. Every single rescue that comes in has a personal story, and we make it a personal story, and we make it a personal mission for that animal to get the best chance of survival. I still have a lot to learn and experience, and I would say in no way am I an expert in any of this. And behind the scenes, there's such a huge, big spider web of people and influences that have helped Free to Be Wild and the sanctuary. Volunteers play such a huge role in that web. Their influence and their help goes so far in the rescuing of the wildlife and the rehabilitation, and the volunteer program has been a huge part of our survival. So we're really grateful for the people that chose to support our project, because ultimately they've kept us alive. They've kept the trust in the sanctuary going. These animals are wild, and they should be wild. We are, as humans, are taking that privilege away from them. So my ultimate goal is providing a safe haven for these animals that have lost their chance of freedom and opening the door for them to get a second chance at being wild.